Hello guys, KP Shambino here with a new video for Path of Exile 2. The new update, so the third edict, and with this new update we got access to very strong crafting tools. So we got new essences, we got upgraded currency, so we can have now perfect currencies in the game. And I'm going to show you guys how we can easily craft a very decent two-handed weapon. And if you're very lucky, you can even have a very good endgame weapon. So it's not that hard anymore if you know a little bit what you are doing. So the first part I'm going to talk about prefixes, suffixes, item level, because that's very important that you know that. I know people that never crafted in the game or just started to play the game. Are not going to know all that stuff because it's not that easy to understand. So that's the first part. If you already know the prefixes and suffixes, how they work, just go to the second part, the crafting. So let's get started. So what is important? There are 5 modifiers important on a two-handed weapon. What are modifiers? Modifiers is what you will see, the numbers on your weapon. You can have 6 in total. So depending on the item level, so you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. And those 6 lines, they are always 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. I will show you guys it in the game how you can see it. That's very important. And depending on the item level, you are going to roll tiers. The higher the item level, the more tiers that you can roll. So that's simple. You will see right away what I mean with this tool. This is a very handy tool because you can click here before you start crafting. So what is important on a two-hander? There are 5 modifiers important that are going to boost your DPS with a lot, because that's the main prio. For me, a weapon is to do more DPS. That's it. So we are going to start with the prefixes. So you can see that the first one and the most important one is the increased physical damage. So you can see here are all the tiers. So tier 1 is the highest. And here you see the item level. So if you got a weapon that got item level 82, item level is something different than required level. Item level is most of the time if you kill an enemy and he got item level, let's say 82, and he drops an item, the item level will be 82 too. So that's important. So that means at 82, you see here, this is the number increased physical damage. So you can roll on this item 170 to 179. So there is a chance that you roll between those numbers and that you can roll the highest increased physical damage. But of course you can roll all the other tiers too. Always remember that, it's RNG. So therefore it's very important if you want to roll a tier 1 that you got an item level 82. Tier 2 is very good too. There is not a lot of difference. You can see tier 2 rolls from 155 to 169. That's only 10 difference. It's good too. And then you can already do that with an item level 73. So if you want to start crafting, for example, you want to make a maul, get a maul that got item level 82, and then you can roll the highest increased physical damage. So we are going to take this one now. So this is a prefix. I'm going to add this. So now you can see modifier 1 is here. This is tier 1. Then the next one. What is the next good modifier? This is the add physical damage. You click here and you see right away the same screen. Here you got 9 tiers. And the highest tier that will roll the highest number, you need to have an item level 77. And I'm going to add this. So now you got this. This is, by the way, something that we can roll now with the essences. Not the highest tier, but a very decent tier. The add physical damage. And then the third prefix, because you only can have 3 of them, this is, we call them the hybrid. What is the hybrid? Let me have a look where it is. It's this one. Increased physical damage to accuracy rating. You can see for the tier 1, you need to have item level 81. So we are going to add this. So this is a perfect rolled item now. So this is 3 times tier 1. So that are the ones, prefixes that you need to have or that you need to get on your weapon to get the highest damage. So the prefixes are now done, remember this. Then the suffixes, there are 2 that are very important. Number 1 is increased attack speed. The faster your weapon is, the faster you're going to hit, and the more you hit, the more damage you do. So you can see that the tier 1 item level 77, so we are going to take this. And you can see right away what is attack damage going to do, or attack speed, sorry. So you will see that attacks per second went up with a lot. So now I do 1.41 attacks per second. So that's good. You hit just a lot faster, and therefore it's so good. And then the last suffix that is important is this one. Let me have a look where it is. Here. To level of all melee skills. So why is this important? And this is one of the modifiers that is the hardest to get, but not anymore, because we got now an essence for this too. So why, if you want to buy a weapon and you want to have this on the weapon, it's very expensive. So what is this going to do? Every melee skill that is using this weapon will get boosted with the number that you see here, and it goes up. So for example, if you get tier 1, it's going to add 7 levels to your gems. So if you got now, for example, a level 20 Earth Shatter, it will become a 27 Earth Shatter. And that makes it very strong, because it keeps scaling up. And therefore it's very good. So you can see tier 1 is 7. You need to be item level 81. So now you add this. So this is a perfect roll item. If you can roll this in the game, it's a mirror item. This is the best DPS weapon that you can have in the game, two-hander. And that's what we are going, not to try to achieve, but you need to understand what we are going to do in the crafting and why we are going to craft it. So now I'm going to the game and I will show you guys how you need to craft an item with a couple of the modifiers that I just showed you guys. I'm going to show you guys now the crafting in the game. So I'm going to start first with some things that you need to know. So in the game you can see prefixes, suffixes, item level. So I got here a mall and here a mall. You just put your cursor on the mall and you push Alt. Here at the top you see the item level, because that's very important. If you find an item that you want to craft, the base item, you need to know the item level, because I just showed you guys the item level is going to let you craft the highest tier or a lower tier, but you need to know the item level. So you will find it here. But that's not all. You can see here prefix. So everything between this and this line, every modifier here is a prefix. Very important too. And this is a suffix. So these are all the suffixes. And then here at the right you will find the tier. Tier 1 is the highest, and then it goes down. So that's how you can see it visual. Why is plus to level of all melee skills so good? I will show you guys it. So I got +3 on my amulet, and you see that my bone shatter is now 23. So it does 22,400. If I unequip it, you can see that I just lost around 3,000 damage. That's a lot. That's 15% less. Therefore, the +2 melee skills is very strong in this game. So let's get started. So there are 2 ways how you can craft it. So you can start from scratch. I think that's the hardest way. Or you can buy already a weapon with increased physical damage. Because the add physical damage, we can add it with this essence. So the greater essence of Abrosian, 2-handed melee weapon, adds 23 to 35 to 39 to 59 physical damage. So we don't need to have that. So we need to have something with increased physical damage. So that's the second crafting, and I think that's the best one. But I'm going to show you guys the first one. So the first one is you need to buy a normal item with item level 82. Because we want to get the increased physical damage on it. And we are going to use a perfect orb of transmutation. Why a perfect orb, because those perfect orbs, what I read is, they are going to always give, I think it's level 70 tiers or above. Item level 70 or above. So that means that if you use this, it's never going to roll the low tiers, the tier 1s, the tier 8, 9, 7 and all that stuff. So that makes it very strong. But still it's very hard. Because you need to have a lot of luck. You guys saw how many, what is it? Prefixes that it can roll. You still have a lot of, you need to have a lot of RNG to roll the increased physical damage, but with the perfect orb it always will be higher tiers. So the number will be higher. So be sure that you roll with the perfect orb if you buy the normal item. So what do you need to do? So if you want to buy it, or you can find it, if you are doing mapping and you found, let's say, an 82 or a 77, a tier 2 is good too. It's only 10 less, what I showed you guys at the start. You just take the item and you do a perfect transmutation on it, and then you need to have luck. If that does not work, it's done and you need to get the next one. So I'm going to do now this. I'm going to buy one. I'm at the moment at Standard League because I don't like to play new leagues because I hate the campaign. So my resources are limited. If you see very high prices, that's normal. So what do you need to do? I want to get... so you just click here, by the way. We got now an auction house in-game. You go to the market panel. Here I take item category. I took a two-handed mace, because that's what I want to have. You won't have a normal version, because you need to have a normal version, because the transmutation is going to make it magic. And then you need to have an item level 82, because we want to get the chance to roll the highest tier 1. So then you search, and here you can see everything. So it's very cheap, it's only 1 chaos. Here you can see, yeah, that's good. Do we got another one? No. Most of the time I want to get the other mall, but I'm going to work with what I get. So now you can, I'm going to do instant buyout if that is possible. Yeah, that's a problem. So I need to go a little bit down with the item level. So it's going to be 79 because I don't want to bargain with people. So this one is 77. I'm going to do this. It's only 1 exalted. You click here and then you can go automatically to the stash. And do I got 1 exalted? Yeah, of course not. Yeah, sorry, I needed to cough for a brief moment. So I'm going to take 1 exalted here. And we are going to buy with NG. Purchase items. So this one. Here we go. So now we got the item. And now we are going back to the hideout. So now we are going to try to roll a high increased physical damage. So, but this is just RNG. So you click here. I'm going to do it like a professional. Let me do this for a brief moment. I'm going to put it somewhere else, this chest, because this is my crafting chest. So you put it here. And now we need to have luck. Of course, you can do a blackstone on it. I'm not sure that it's something different, but yeah, ignore that. So that's something for later. So now we are going to take the perfect orb and let's hope that we can get increased physical damage. No, we didn't have luck. So most of the time now it's done. Of course, what can you do? You can get perfect orb of acclamation too and just keep rolling like this. But if you don't roll the increased physical damage most of the time at the start, you can have it a little bit later too. What you can do now is this, try to fix it, but it's getting very hard now, because now you can use this, the greater essence of abrasion, and then you will get add physical damage, but then a little bit later, then you need to use exalted orbs on it, and let's hope for the physical damage. The increased physical damage, but now at the moment I would already stop. So if you don't have the increased physical damage at the start, it's done. So this is very hard. So you need to have a lot of perfect transmutions and you need to have a lot of luck. if here was now at physical damage, you can roll a little bit further. If you got increased physical damage and accuracy, the hybrid, you can go a little bit further. Attack speed was good too. If you got a plus melee, so if you got one of the 5, but it's not increased physical damage, you can keep going. Don't stop, of course. But this is crap. I cannot do anything with this modifier, and I cannot get it away. So this item is bricked. So here we sell this again. So what we are going to do, and what I think is the easiest way, that is that you buy already a maul with already the increased physical damage on it. So you can just do it here. Increase it. Here it is. Increased physical damage. So you can take 150 here. We are going to take a two-handed maul again. Here we go. So let's search that we can find one. I want to have a magic item, not a rare. It's always going to be magic because there is already one modifier on it. So let's have a look. So we got only 3. But you can see what is the difference now what you see with this method. I'm not sure that you guys saw it, but here you got an item that got 2 modifiers. That's what a magic item can have. But if you use the essence on the first one, so for example, I rolled on the first maul increased physical damage. On that moment, I roll this essence on it, upgrades a magic item to a rare item. That means that my maul with 2 modifiers becomes rare again. And that's a problem too. Why is that a problem? Because you got this modifier too. You got increased attack speed. But this is going to upgrade the magic item to a rare item. So therefore, the first system is not so good. So you roll increased physical damage, then you put with the essence this on it, that's cool. You got 2 modifiers already, but you got a rare item. If I buy now this item, for example, I buy the item that I just showed you guys. So I buy this item because it got 2 very good modifiers. This is even better, but it's 500 defined. So if I roll now, I got now the chance to roll the add physical on it, because this is still a magic item. You will never have that if you already used an essence. So I'm going to buy that. It's only 1 divine. So I'm going to do this. Here we go. Do we got the divine? No. I'm going really quick to the stash. Here we go. 1 divine. Then we go back to the lady. Here it is. So here we go. So now we got already very decent, very high increased physical damage. Increased attack speed is tier 5 and tier 2. But we got already 2 of the 5. Now we can do this. I don't want to go to the... Yeah, I'm thinking at the moment. And if I start thinking about other stuff, I'm just clicking random stuff in the game. Okay, we are back in the hideout. Now you can do this. So, Greater Essence of Abrosian. So, we are going to use upgrade the magic item to a rare item, and we are going to get the add physical damage. So, here you can see it. So, this is already very big. So, you can see that I got increased physical damage, I got add physical damage, and increased attack speed. So, that's very big. What is the next step that you need to do? It's not this, by the way. So you just put it like a professional for RNG. Look, here you're just going to smack Exalted Orbs on it. I think Perfect Orbs are going to do a little bit the same as this one. So going to roll always higher than a certain item level and higher tiers, but I don't have them. So we are going to do just this, and let's hope for the best. Okay, so now we got all the modifiers that we can have. So you guys can see... we were really unlucky because we didn't roll the plus to the melee. We didn't roll the hybrid because that was still a chance to do it, the hybrid. So this weapon, we were really unlucky. Lightning damage is not good. Okay, strength is good. Critical hit chance is really good if in this game. But it's a good item, but it's not a very good item because we didn't have luck. But now the thing is, now you can roll the +2 melee skills on it with this one. So with perfect essence of battle. But you need to have some luck. So this item is going the two-handed melee weapon. So removes a random modifier and augment a rare item with a new modifier. So it's going to take a random modifier and it's putting +6 to level to all melee skills on it. But what is the beauty about this? So you guys can see that the melee skill, the level 2 melee skill, is a suffix. So that means that it's going to replace a suffix. The suffixes are this. So it's never going to replace the increased physical damage and the add physical damage. And that's the beauty about it. But the problem is, of course, if I'm very unlucky, it's going to remove the increased attack speed. So in best case scenario, it's going to replace critical hit chance and strength. And then we got a very good weapon with the 4 of the 5 modifiers that we want to have. But this, here you need to have a little bit of luck. So let's try it, guys. No, I'm fucked. So yeah, you guys can see it, I'm fucked. They took away the attack speed. So my attack speed is gone. And yeah, he put the +6 level to all attack skills on it. So still a decent weapon that you crafted. If I still had the attack speed, it was a very good weapon. But I was really unlucky with this one. So now you can just take blacksmith stone. Yeah. It's better that you do it on a white item, because on that moment it's doing +2 instead of +1. So here we got now a very decent weapon that we just crafted. So you guys can see it. It's not the one that I want to have, because normally I go with this weapon, because it simply rolls higher on all the stuff here. But you can see it's not that bad. So this weapon is 700, 350, 400 DPS weapon, and is going to get plus level to all attack skills. So if you equip now this one, so you can see that my level item jumped to 29. So 17,000 I lost, of course, DPS, because this is a higher physical damage item, because it got increased attack speed and this doesn't have it. But it's still a good item. If you can roll this item and you can start the end game, you will have a lot of fun with it. So that was it, guys. So thanks for watching. Of course, if you start from a normal item and you hit the increased physical damage, the crafting is just the same. Get the essence on it to add physical damage. Then you use exalted orbs. Then you use the one to get the plus on it. I'm very unlucky that it just replaced. I had 66%. It will replace 2 modifiers, but it replaced the 1 of 3 one, the attack speed. Otherwise, it was even better, this weapon. So thanks for watching, guys. Have fun. Bye bye.